love to, book another 20 films if I could. But
so like how many around how many films are you guys showing right now?
we're doing I think in total it's 20 features, and I think it's about 40 shorts in total. So and I actually think that's a lot more than other film festivals in the area show. I know a lot of other film festivals show more shorts, but I kind of decided, this being our first year, I wanted to focus a little bit more on full features. So next year I think we'll probably do some more shorts. But I would like to keep it about the same each year, have it be about 20 features, and then a few collections of shorts. So.
Can you tell us anything about Can you tell us about some of the films, shorts, or features that you guys are screening this?
We started off with this movie called Vile, which is kind of, I guess the term for it would be torture porn. I think that is what they kind of call that genre now. It's very similar to like Saw and stuff like that. Last night we showed a lot of our foreign stuff. This movie called Baby Shower, which is really good, and this movie Beyond the Grave, which is kind of like a post-apocalyptic, like kind of zombie, supernatural kind of thing. It's a really interesting movie. But coming up, I think tomorrow night we're showing this comedy called the Horror of Barnes Folly, which is really funny. And then also Thursday we're doing this movie called Stained, which just got picked up for distribution, or is actually out now on DVD, I think. And then also on Saturday we did this movie called Beware, which actually got picked up for distribution. I think you can actually watch it now on Comcast On Demand.
Oh, right.
So
it's like Stained and Beware, are both of those features?
Yeah, they're both features. Like, go for the horror festivals. Like, don't worry about the other ones. Don't try to get your horror film into Cannes. Because you're going to have a lot of competition, especially if it's a low budget movie. Stuff like even the Atlanta Film Festival, it can be hard to get into if you don't, if you're a little rinky-dink film. But I wouldn't say that Hollywood disdains horror movies. I mean, Hollywood was kind of built on the back of horror, but Hollywood is in a little bit of a different place right now where they're not really making any new horror features. Anytime like a big studio does horror, it's either a remake or a sequel to like a franchise from the 80s. Right. So if you want original horror, you have to go really the indie route. But also it's still people have been saying this since the 80s and 90s. Horror is still the best way to make money off your independent film. Independent horror movie is more likely to be picked up and actually make money than say like a little indie comedy or an indie drama. So it's I wouldn't say they hate them, but some places have a bad taste in their mouth for horror, definitely.
Okay. And have you ever tried to, I guess, make any shorts or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean,
what was it kind of like? I guess what was kind of your experience when you kind of like started out in the industry and stuff like that?
I've always been into making movies and stuff. So I was one of those kids that would steal my parents' video camera, in the late '80s, and get my friends together and like, hey, let's make a movie in the treehouse or something like that.
So you guys are wrapping it up at the Park Tavern? Like,
yeah, we have I don't know when anybody's actually going to see this, but this Thursday, October 27th at 9 o'clock, the Park Tavern is hosting a little party for us, and we have a band that's going to come out and play. So like HorrorQuest, it's 100% free as well, so people are invited to come out.
And for those of you not in the Atlanta area, you can always fly in.
Yeah, well, I think next year, I think we're going to try to do something. I don't know if any other film festivals have ever tried this before, but I think I would like to try out like a simulcast.
Okay.
So where like if you're not actually able to make it to the festival, you can actually watch it like online at the same time as it's screening. So I don't know exactly how to do that yet, but it's something I'm interested to maybe do in the future. So.
Yeah, anything else you want to, I guess, tell the audience about the festival?
If you're interested to know more about HorrorQuest or to submit your film, you can go to thehorrorquest.com. We also do a weekly podcast. We have a lot of the filmmakers and stuff on talking about their movie, and we're going to have some actors and stuff on, and actually are working on a few kind of big names here in the future that are going to be coming on. Also Facebook and Twitter, and as we start doing the open submissions again, we post a lot of stuff. We try to post trailers to the stuff that gets submitted, and we also have a YouTube channel, and we're going to be posting a lot of reviews to some of the stuff we got. Our volunteer Tiffany, aka Weapon X, is going to be doing some reviews for us, and so. We're not, just because we're not having the actual film festival, we're not going anywhere. We're going to try to stay active throughout the year. So, and I think we might even try to do like a mini HorrorQuest, like a HorrorQuest like replay. I don't know for sure, but that might be something we're going to do. And actually, next year we might do this thing. We're calling it HorrorQuest Survive the Night, where it's going to be. We're going to be working with, again, my friend who does haunted houses. We're going to actually incorporate a movie and a haunted house kind of together. So it would be, you go, it's going to be like in the middle of the night, out in the woods, okay. Show a movie, and then, while you're watching the movie, like monsters and stuff are going to be jumping out at you and stuff like that. And then you get to, camp out in the woods at the haunted house. So that's another thing we're working on. So there's always there's new stuff coming. So yeah, they can follow us on Twitter and our website. So.
And like, what's some of your favorite, I guess, horror movies of past, present, or
all time?
Just kind of overall. I mean, because I don't really think anybody like, just kind of come with some of your favorites.
I think probably my all-time favorite horror movie of all time is this movie from 1981. It's called The Pit. And it's basically about this little kid who has a possessed teddy bear, and they find a hole in the ground full of trolls, and they decide to push people they don't like into the hole. And it's a really good movie. People should check it out. And if you're into podcasts, there's a podcast called The Splattercast, which I was recently on, talking about that movie. But also. I like stuff like Ginger Snaps, and those have been kind of my recent favorites. But as far as like the best stuff I've seen, like horror-wise, a lot of it we're actually showing at HorrorQuest. There's this movie called Rage that was directed by this guy named Christopher Witherspoon, and we actually had him on the podcast last week. And Rage is one of the best horror movies I've seen in a very long time. It's very, very good. So if you have the chance to check that out, definitely check that out too. I think that's playing at Polygrind. I think it's either this month or next month, and then I think it's going to be in a lot of other film festivals coming up. So.
And what's the name of the film?
It's called Rage.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you get on the HorrorQuest website, we have trailers and stuff there. You can check it out.
Okay. And I'd like to thank you for coming out.
Yeah, man. It's been fun.
Let's see, it's playing at the Cinefest.
Yeah.
Go to the website. What's the website again?
It's thehorrorquest.com.
Go to the website. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Even if the festival is over, check it out. Check it out. Check out the podcast.
Yeah, and submit your films when we start next year, because we want to see them.
And I'd like to wrap it up. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, man. I was happy to do it.
And it's all about the love of horror, man.
It's all about the love.
And